Alright, what's up everybody and welcome back. Down here in the bottom right of the map, we got Vindicta, a very good pro Terran player from North America representing Platinum Heroes. Unfortunately for him, he's up against Team Gosu's Mape the Ape. That's right guys, Mape the Ape, one of the silliest Protoss players on the American ladder, a Canadian beast. He is very tall, his arms are long, and he likes eating bananas. He also enjoys cheesing the heck out of his opponents and ruining their days. And he's been experimenting. He has told me he has a very clever, maybe not clever, he said very, I can't remember, did he say it was stupid, silly, or simply special? Something to that effect. He had said he has a new PvT build, and we've got to hop in and check it out, because I was asking him, I was like, hey, got any new builds? And he said he's workshopping a new PvZ build at the moment that's showing a lot of great promise, but he's still figuring it out, and he was even trying to get some custom games with Serral to practice it with, to see if he could maybe surprise Serral and steal a win or two off him in practice games to kind of prove the concept. And I was like, okay, apparently Serral said he's down for it. But I'm not sure if they've had a chance to play those games. Either way, stay tuned for the next few Mape the Ape episodes, because I know he's working on a few different builds. For those who don't know, recently he came up with a carrier build in PvT, which was destroying all of the top Terrans on the North American ladder. I mean, he's obviously famous for his Nexus recall rushes. He's been a menace for the top Protoss players like Trigger and Nina and Estrella by sniping their observers with Oracle Phoenix dives and then winning with DTs in the PvP matchup. And he might not have winning records versus all the top dogs, but by golly, is he always bringing out the craziest plays. Like, it is very hard to pull off this style of strategy at the level he plays at, where he's usually about 5'9", on the NA ladder. He's always in the top 16. And yeah, you never really know what you're going to get. Like, I can beat Maples. I normally can't beat people very consistently at his skill level. I can take maps off him, and it's because he's not really focused on winning. It's very much a Florencio attitude towards StarCraft. It's, I want to win in the funniest way possible. I want you to feel kind of bad that you died to something this stupid. And yeah, I want you to just feel kind of upset by that. Now, he just started Warp Gate and cancelled it. He's pretending to play Stargate. He's faking a Stargate right now, guys. He might actually go Stargate as well, but that looked like he's kind of started it, then cancelled it. Now he starts it. Yeah, he's faking Stargate. Okay, guys, he's faking Stargate. So he's basically getting Vindicta to likely, when you see that, oh, he's not doing that, he's probably going Stargate, you're going to go for a Cyclone. So already I'm looking for the mind games inherent here and like what he's trying to force out. Keep in mind, Maple's builds are loose as all heck. Even when he's figuring builds out, because he's such a free-flowing player, he like constantly is changing little details here and there as it occurs to him in-game. And it makes him very tough to play against. He goes for a Twilight Council behind this. Adept does come in. And you can see the Reaper's at home, which is, I think, good for him, because that means... Oh, no scouting. Oh, Vindicta messed up a little bit. Actually, the Reaper barely gets out of there. And actually, that Adept does get an SCV, but I think he's going to lose it. He can try to shade it out. He just says, whatever, I'll just get one more hit, and that'll be it. Expect a Tech Lab. No, he's going to go Hellion, and a Starport is Vindicta. And a second gate goes down at the front. He's going to send a probe out. Okay, he's getting ready for a proxy gang. Glaives is on the way. Oh, okay. Now, for those who don't know, Resonating Glaives, it gives a massive 45% attack speed bonus to Adepts, which is huge. But Adepts kind of suck in terms of their raw stats. They've got only 70 hit points and 70 shields. Stalker or Zealot are stronger than them. And Reaper tries to bounce himself across the wall, but he's unable. Their attack speed's just so slow normally is the big problem. Obviously, their shade ability gives them good scouting utility, good mobility, but they will scale terribly once Stim, Combat Shields, a big pack of Marine Marauders together, Widow Mines destroy them. They just struggle in so many different scenarios. They have a big falling off point. Now, the Hellion comes in, and that's a big problem. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, the Hellion. Oh, my God. Okay, there is finally an Adept here, but this Hellion's going to get at least 2 probes, if not 3 or 4. Can the Adept get it? Oh, my gosh. 3 probes go down there to that. That's a bummer. Luckily, he does have a shade to deal with that. And he's going for Glaives, and he's going to warp in a Stalker and another Adept. Okay, so, I mean, a random Adept warping in there doesn't really give anything away. I kind of feel like he should have gone double Stalker warp and try and convince him he's not going for this. Now, he's also going +1 attack. Now, +1 attack is useless for Adepts in the other matchups, I would say. But against Terran, guess what? 45 hit points. How much damage does an Adept do? 22, which leaves it on 1 hit point. Same for an SCV. If you get +1, you're going to 2-hit SCVs, 2-hit Marines before combat shields. So this upgrade is actually massive. So this is a 3-gate, now with a hidden 4th and 5th gate in the bottom. It's a 5-gate Glaive Adept +1 timing The thing is, once the second and third barracks get stim and shields going, he's got a few Widow Mines out, all that sort of stuff, it will ruin his day. And there's also a single Widow Mine dropper coming in that could cause him damage as well. You know, when you're figuring out a build like this, usually 90% of your focus is on getting the weird attack going, and you're not focused as much on your defense. Oh, he's watching. Okay, good on him. I didn't think he would be watching there, but look at that. Vindicta's going to pick up, drop. Very well done. The Stalker does need to move out of range there. And the Stalker's going to start trying to damage that Widow Mine. Good play here by Maples, actually. He handled that very nicely. Warps in more Adepts at the front. I think we just saw a scan, right? He scans, sees the +1 attack upgrade getting chrono boosted, which he's like, huh, what's going on here? He hasn't seen that third base going up at the front. So this is a macro transition behind it. That is 11 Glaive Adepts. +1 attack has finished. Does he go now? I don't know if he can really kill that much. One thing you can do is you can shade on top of the Marines and drag the tank damage into the Marines. Keep in mind, guys, the Glaive Adepts have fallen off so hard in this matchup, we almost never see this anymore. So, the fact that Vindicta's pulled to the high ground, I don't think he can get much done. Because you need to get on top and kill all the Marines before all these upgrades finish. But now that they're hiding on the high ground, Vindicta's just playing so safe. Because he knows he's playing an experimental baboon that's going to play silly strategies against him. He's got enough Adepts there that he could kill that siege tank pretty quickly. Oh! Does manage to one-shot the tank, but those tank shots from the high ground doing big damage. And an anti-armor missile comes down. Luckily, there's no Marines or anything hitting him, so the anti-armor missile doesn't matter that much. He's still denying a lot of mining time, and oh, is he going to go for the Marines? He could get in the middle of the Marines! He's going to go for it! He goes right on top of the Marines and the SCVs. The tank damage does friendly fire. Now, the Adepts are taking extra damage because of the anti-armor missile, but look at how quickly he cleansed those Marines and the SCVs being stuck on the low ground. He's trying to save some of them with the medevac right now. Dude, the +1 actually makes these Adepts cleave through Marines and SCVs so hard. And behind, he's making Robo, he's making Stalkers, he's making +1 armor grade. Keep in mind, he's got no real raw proper fighting army behind this. He's got like Stalkers warping in, but he's actually forgotten to make Blink. He will get rid of +1 weapons if he cancels this. Oh, he lets one Adept finish shading to try and drag tank fire in the middle of the enemy units. That was really cute. Gets rid of that. There's depots down here. There's a lot of exposed things. This is actually beautiful. This Adept timing against anyone who has, I would say, no Widow Mines out or late stim and shields, it's so powerful, right? Like, Marauders don't do that much damage to kill the Adepts. Marines are so vulnerable to it. Siege tanks friendly fire like mad against the Adept Shades. If you have a wall on the front of your natural as the Terran, I think it's really easy. But if you don't have the wall off, which most Terrans don't go for at the moment, it's actually great. I reckon that's part of his calculation. I would guarantee you, he's noticed none of the Terrans are wall off anymore. We can just mix in a quick +1 Adept pressure. And look at this, he's already got +1 armor as well. He's got +2 on the way. Now he's building shield batteries on all of his bases. Starting +2 armor as well. That's a second forge, is it? Wait, yeah, he's got a second forge. He's going for 2-2. So he's going to go 2-2, trying to take extra gases. He does need to get a proper core of army, though, out. Remember, he doesn't have charge. He's just trying to go, like, mass well-upgraded Blink Stalkers with Adepts for backstabbing power. And Vindicta, I think, is all in. He's pulling the boys. Yeah, he's pulling the boys. He's got a Liberator, a bunch of bio, single Raven, a tank, and a medevac. Pretty scary army. Single drop does come into the main base. Stalkers are going to take the medevac out. It does warp in a few Zealots there as well. Those upgrades really helping out. Remember, he killed the eBay with the +1. So he's actually doing great here. But that's a big scary army on the front. He does need to gather up his forces. He's got to be careful. Anti-armor missile lands on the Zealots. Maples wisely gives this base up. I don't think he needs to defend that against the guy who's not even mining from his natural. The Adepts trying to get inside. They're going to start taking out these depots and that command center. Oh, the battery overcharge is going to get taken out. Oh, oh, no way. Where's the rest of the army? Where's the rest of the army? The Liberator's in the back as well. Remember, he doesn't have charge. He keeps making Zealots, but they're slow Zealots. Even with the double upgrade advantage, they ain't going to do well versus Stim Bio. The Lib and the tank in the back helping out. The auto turret as well. Oh, no, and his forges are getting depowered before 2-2 can finish. This is such a disaster for Mape. This is what happens when you do an experimental builder. He just recalled probes from his natural to his third, but now there's a tank and a Lib there. The Stalkers trying to do what they can. They will be able to deal with those Marines eventually, but his natural is in massive jeopardy right now. The Immortal and the Stalkers and the Zealots actually doing okay there. The Raven taking damage from the Stalkers, but the Immortal can get rid of the siege tank. Oh, yep, the tank finally goes down. With the tank on, the Stalkers can actually defend. 40 probes versus 22. He's still got the Adepts down there. Those Adepts are starting to get picked off, but you can see even there, even with shields and medevacs, they are still getting shot down. Even once you get combat shields, Marines, if they don't get healed by a medevac after stimming, they will still get 2-shot by the +1 Adepts. So that's actually a big issue. Stalker's waiting in the main. Maples, this game's turned into a bit of a poop shoot. You could tell he has not really ironed out the follow-up for this build. If he had like an early Colossus or something like that, I think it would be massive. I actually wonder if there's a way to keep playing with Adepts as the core of your army. I know they're not the best value unit, especially for their cost. 100 minerals, 25 gas, a bit expensive. But I do wonder if going like quick Colossus Disruptor could be nice, because they don't charge in front of the Colossus Disruptor the way Zealots do. And that's why Adepts were actually favored for a while in early Legacy of the Void as kind of the core gateway unit supporting your entire army. He's got more Adepts and Stalkers coming in behind. I think Vindicta might just be screwed, man. This game's been getting surprisingly close because Maples is kind of missing a lot of important pieces you'd normally have. Oh, look at that. The Liberator Harass, the famous Vindicta Liberator Harass. This is such a nasty move, man. Oh, he's catching him, not looking. Oh, no. That Stalker barely gets out of range, but he's losing so many probes. Vindicta with an amazing three-pronged attack. Oh, my God. Don't tell me. Don't tell me he has managed to step into the dumpster and find a way to turn this to a victory. That +2 armor is finally finished. Storm, no! Storm does land. One of the medevacs goes down. The probes are in the open right now. This Liberator with 11 kills. Make it 12. Make it 13 potentially. Almost gets a High Templar. The Stalker's finally cleaned it up. 36 probes versus 23 SCVs. Vindicta's just done so much damage. He's kept the drop alive. If he can send that down and heal, he might be able to get out of here, especially if he clears these gateways. There are 8 gateways up, and Maple still has 3 bases, 36 probes mining, and he's got High Templar for Storm. On the other hand, Vindicta here, 24 SCVs. He's not making any more. He says, nah, if we win this, it's off the fighting. But you know what? There's a problem. It's the upgrade tab. 1-2 for Protoss, 0 attack upgrades for Terran. Such a problem. These Stalkers don't die, man. They've got 3 armor, and the Marines only do 6 damage. Half of their damage is being removed by the Stalker's base armor. Shield battery overcharge, probes and Stalkers trying to defend in the main. The Stalker's not really helping though. The Marines are so damaged, the probes are actually killing them. How often do you see that? I guess they are 2 armor probes as well versus 0 attack Marines. Wow, I've never seen probes do that well versus Marines. Still probably not the best to be losing so many probes. There's an Archon here. There's no High Templar left right now. And there is just more army coming across this map. A Widowmine, a pack of Bio. Vindicta's trying to let them heal right now. The lack of upgrades though, even though he was up in army supply, I think with the battery, that Archon is pretty much just an unkillable problem. 39 damage versus Bio on that Archon. And it's dancing in, it's dancing out. Battery overcharge is actually not there right now. The Archon's going to go down. Uh-oh. But only 15 seconds till battery overcharge is ready. More medevacs, more Marines coming forward across this map. Trying to build SCVs now as well. He's actually only down about 12 SCVs, and he can lift his main out. So if Maples doesn't get a 4th started, I mean, I guess these minerals on the natural are lasting a lot longer than expected because he's lost so much mining there. Vindicta's going to try to get in the production in the main again. Killing the Templar Archives would be pretty big. Sniping pylons also quite effective. He's going to go for that drippy droppy. Stalkers are out of position. He blinks, but it's too late, which means Maples has to go all the way around. He's going to lose a bunch of important tech structures there. Widowmine's going to waltz into the base at the same time. Really clever move here. He knows the army should be moving up there, and that Widowmine, is it going to get burrowed? Oh, the Widowmine goes down. The other one? The other one barely does burrow in time, though. It does take out a bunch of probe Stalkers in the main, fighting against the gateway units. The upgrades are the only saving grace for Maple. Stalkers should not be fighting Stim Marauders with medevac support. The Stalkers are getting hammered right now. Oh, but a big storm came in from the natural, and that might just barely be enough. There's only 2 Marauders left, and look at that. One of the medevacs goes down there. More Bio coming across this map. Still up at army supply is Vindicta. Still just Marines and Marauders rallying. Those medevacs can rejoin with them. He could definitely get something done. Maple's hanging on right now. I love that this game started with a really creative +1 glaive attack build, which we haven't seen in God knows how long. And now it just turns into a poop shoot. Don't get me wrong, Maples was far enough ahead. It should not have been this close. But it just shows like how experimental the build was and how unsure he was what to do in the follow-up. I can't wait to see what he does as he refines this over time. But man, he's losing the batteries. No, he can't, please. Okay, +2 armor zealots surely can defeat this army. Surely, right? Oh my god, maybe, maybe not. The medevacs are out of juice. There's an Archon making right now. The zealots with a bit of battery healing are very hard to deal with. There is overcharge available, but it goes down almost instantly. Doesn't matter though. With the zealots warping in, Archon coming in, and that insane upgrade advantage, Maples does it. +1 glaive adept timing. If they don't have a wall off, we've got to think about this really quickly. We've got to go back. If they don't have a wall off, it's going to be good. I think it might also struggle if they go 3 racks. Like if they open just straight 3 racks, no factory, I think by the time you're hitting with the glaive adepts and +1, they'll have too much of a big ball of bio. And if they pull the SCVs together, even if you shade on top, I think the SCVs and the Marauders will end up tanking too much, and they'll have too much firepower, and they can kind of start a step away from your Adept shades a bit. So I think even without a wall-off, 3 racks might defend it, or any normal Terran build if they have a wall-off. But if they don't 3 racks, they don't have a wall-off, I actually think this build is incredibly promising. Try it out on the ladder. Let me know in the comment section how it goes. Send me some messages, some tweets and stuff. Post in my Discord. I'm going to be trying this on ladder as well and seeing if I can get this to work. All right, guys. I feel like Maples has sent me so many fun replays with really cool titles lately. And I don't know how... This one's not that long a game, but it has a very exciting title. And I really wanted to cast this as well today because I'm like, I just want to see what happens. I don't want to spoil it, so I won't tell you guys the name of the title of this replay until we get to the end of the game. But it sounded pretty hype. And for me, it's can it live up to it? All I'll say is it's a very hype title. And I'm kind of wondering, is it a Loco title? You know, you guys know? Greatest game of all time. How are there 3 of these a month? Or is it... I love Loco, by the way. And we do titles like that sometimes as well. But, or is it more of like, it actually lives up to the hype? We'll find out. He's playing PvP. He's in the top left, up against Mindle VK. Now, Mindle VK from Sizestorm, I don't actually know this player, but Sizestorm's a very good team. And if he's playing Mape, must be at least GM. I kind of wonder, I mean, is this maybe Disc? Because I'm thinking, like, what other players from Sizestorm are high enough level to actually play against Mape on the regular? Like, there's a few, and they do have more community players as well, but, like, if you're playing Mape on the ladder, you're going to be minimum 5k MMR, and even that would be a pretty massive mismatch. So this might even be like Disc or something like that. We'll take a look at the APM. It's Pro Gamer APM right there, just under 300. Very tight opening for Mindle. And Mape, he's usually playing, you know, at the very least semi-pros and high Grand Master players. So we'll see how we go. Probe coming across the map for both sides. 2Gate on the high ground. Looks like it's pretty chilled out openings. Now, PvP has been interesting because, remember, we were talking earlier, what are Mape's bag of tricks that we know of? Proxy Nexus. He's really good with sniping observers and winning with DTs. I think he's also done a few cannon rushes, right? But we haven't seen those in a while. He's not like a big cannon rusher. When he does cannon rush, it's more of a very tricky cannon rush, trying to force an overreaction or something like that. We'll see what happens here. Just kind of patrolling around that base for now. Looks like a pretty standard opening. 2 Adepts. Warp Gate starts up. No third pylon for him just yet. Starts up another probe. And it looks pretty chilled out. Now that patrol path... Oh, that patrol path looks like it's primed to disappear into the fog up here. Start a Nexus and then continue. But he doesn't quite have 400 minerals yet. So he can't do it on this loop. He has to do it on the next loop. Starts his shield battery in the wall because he wants to trap this probe inside his base. That's really cute. You knew the probe was about to run away. So he starts the shield battery. Okay, he goes off, starts the Nexus as well. Very, very well done. Oh, that was beautiful. That was really well done. He starts the Nexus off to the side, cleans up this probe, gets rid of the battery, and then he can go about it. But no! Okay, his opponent knows. Mindle knows. He's like, dude, I've seen your games before. I know about your stupid Nexus in the edge of the main. Now, the reason this is not that bad for Mape is because he's already gone 2 Adepts into a 3rd and 4th Adept. He can start on the Nexus at home behind this, especially once he cancels it. His pylon's a bit delayed. He's not probing. It's the 2-worker advantage is the real advantage you get here as Mindle, as well as the 125 minerals? Sorry, 100 minerals that he's going to lose. Oh, the Adept does shade, but they got split. You don't really want to shade in with just one Adept. Actually, losing a bunch of mining time as well. It's pretty expensive for Mindle. This feels like it was a really good kind of distraction. Kept Mindle on one base. Problem for Mape is he wasn't probing behind it. Doesn't have his own Nexus up. I still feel like Mindle's ahead a little bit, but you're not too far behind. And you've already put a bit of mental pressure on, right? Yeah, you blinks a little late. Cancels it, goes Glaives. Oh, okay. All right, guys. Okay, it's a bit of a theme in today's games. It's a resonating Glaives, but I have not seen him rush Glaives this early in PvP. This is a crazy build he's going for. And he's up against just a quick 1-base blink. Mindle's going 3rd gate on 1 base. Oh, you know what? This is a really smart because Maples is not even scouting for the Nexus that much. So Mindle's like, look, you're probably going to commit to something stupid. If I actually preempt you by going for the most flexible 1-base play, 1-base blink, it doesn't hit the sharpest timing or anything, but it will be ready to out-micro whatever you do to me. If it's 2 Oracles on 1 base, Mass Adept on 1 base, I'm going to be perfectly set up for it. Already gets an Adept kill for free right there. Oh, great focus fire. Almost gets a 2nd one as well. He didn't actually pylon wall off, I think, because he knew the shade was going to get cancelled. And 3rd gateway. Oh, sorry, wait, how many? This is 5 gate. 5-gate glaives on one base into a 6th gate and a dark shrine. Why would you ever need 6 gateways on one base? I think Maples is literally struggling in school right now, guys. I mean, we know baboons are very smart creatures, but I don't know if you could ever support that level of production. I guess he's just building this gateway to warp in quicker, but definitely a bit over the top on his production. I think after having his first Adept attack found, it was not great for him. He's going to lose another one. Oh, this is really bad for him. Look at this. These Adepts getting absolutely hammered. Loses another Adept, the other two deep down in the orange and red. These Adepts are going to try to come in and just go around the Stalkers because he can't fight them. Like, he's got nothing to fight the Stalkers head on. He has to try and break the wall down, get inside and go after the probes. This is a disaster for Maple so far, guys. Look at the units lost time. He's lost 3 Adepts, 2 probes. He's finally going to start with the base trade. But look, the Stalkers can blink across and depower his production. But you know what? Having those extra gateways is going to come in handy now because that's not all of his production. The Adepts are in the middle line a little bit quicker for him as well. Dark Shrine is almost finished. It's 7-8 seconds away. The Stalkers are going to kill all the probes. Mape has a lot of money saved up, though. He's banking on the Dark Templar. And in a base trade, there won't be any detection. Unfortunately for him, there's already a Nexus. Mindle is so far ahead of him on this. But 3 Dark Templar are warping in on the other side of the map, guys. Mape has no more money. So it's just going to be those 3 Dark Templar. He will not be able to warp in anymore, no matter what. Unless he was able to mine 15 more minerals, which he cannot. The Nexus is going to get sniped. The reason why you want to do that is otherwise they can recall Dark Templar coming in right now. Mape, though, he doesn't know about the Nexus and the proxy gate of Mindle, which is going to be so hard. He's sending an Adept to scout. He's like, oh, maybe a probe got out. I better check. Yeah, it did. That's so huge. This is an elimination race. Because remember, guys, oh, Mindle recalls! Mindle recalls the Stalkers! Oh, this is such a smart move, because then he can stop the Adepts straight away, lower his damage, and then move around killing all these buildings, and kill the proxy as well. If Mindle can find the proxy, that'll be massive. Mindle, though, how many Stalkers did he lose? He hasn't lost a single Stalker yet. Mape has not rebuilt their base, which means he's been revealed, guys. So his buildings are revealed. The thing is, Mindle needs to go back up here and clear the main base as well. This is an elimination race because of those Dark Templar. That Adept will go down, but these Dark Templar will come across the map, and it's going to be a race. Can the Stalkers get back and kill the main base? Or can the Dark Templar get across and kill this? Wait, Mindle canceled his Nexus! What? Why did he cancel the Nexus, guys? He cancelled the Nexus. I think he wanted to try to build it elsewhere, but then he's only got 390 minerals and he lost his probe. I'll have to go back in the replay and check what happened. Mindle! If Mindle had a Nexus, that would be an extra 2,000 hit points. That would have been absolutely massive. The Stalkers are coming back here. Stalkers need to go after it, man. The Stalkers need to go after the buildings. You gotta go for the buildings. You can't defend this. You can't defend this. Okay, there's still a gateway, a cyber core. These buildings here, that's gonna go down. Okay, I've got all of Maple's buildings selected right now, guys. Mindle's buildings. Maple's right now has to win with these Dark Templar, and the Stalkers need to blink in. They need to take out all of these buildings before these buildings in the bottom right disappear. You can see that gateway taking a lot of damage. That pylon will go down as well. It's probably this assimilator will probably be the last building. The Stalkers, there's so much more damage output from the Stalkers right now. Bringing the structures tab up in the top left as well so you can keep track of how many structures both sides have. Maple's only has these structures remaining. At the same time, that pylon will fall. It's just the assimilator will be the last structure in this cyber core. Okay, Maple's just has the assimilator in the cyber core. The Stalkers are out DPSing him very hard, but he's killed the building up there right now. These ones here are going down. It's just that assimilator. That assimilator is going to be the last building, but Mindle's on top of the last buildings as well right now. It's coming down to the wire. It's just this gateway. The gateway is very low. 2 Dark Templar hitting it. 2 Dark Templar hitting it. 2 Dark Templar. No! 38 hit points at the very end of the game. You're kidding me. Let's show that again. Let's slow it right down as well. So the assimilator's here. It's getting hit. I'm going to just keep pausing and unpausing. So it takes 2 hits. It's going to die to the next 2 hits. But the Stalkers get a full volley off and get to 38 hit points. And then the Dark Templar swings. That's about to connect. And there's literally Stalker shots in midair that hit it as the victory screen comes up. Oh my God. I can give you guys the name away now. Closest game ever. I love this because not only was it Glaive Adepts like game 1, so it actually paired up pretty well, but also that was one of the closest games ever. Maybe not the very closest, but definitely right up there. 38 hit points remaining. No detection, so you can't deal with the Dark Templar. The Dark Templar can't stop the Blink Stalkers, though, because they can just move around. The Dark Templar aren't nimble enough to catch them with Blink. That was a really cool way to finish that off. Guys, I hope you enjoyed these Glaive Adept games. Mape the Ape, as always, experimenting and showing us some cool stuff. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you guys in the next one. Goodbye and good night.